Welcome to Visit Britain Weekend Itineraries, things to do on a weekend away around the UK. Today I'm on Jersey, the largest of Britain's Channel Islands. I've flown into Jersey from London. Flights depart regularly from many UK airports, or if you prefer you can take the ferry. Jersey is the most southern of the Channel Islands and has the best sunshine record in the British Isles. Only 14 miles from the Normandy coast, its unique culture has more than a soupçon of continental Europe about it. Well, I've dropped my bags and I'm now off to get to know the island with a look around the capital, St Helier. If you fancy browsing the shops, St Helier is perfect. The main shopping area is pedestrianised, and alongside the many familiar stores you'll find several shops peculiar to Jersey. If you're looking for gifts, then check out Maison La Mer, which sells quality, genuine Jersey-made products to take home for your loved ones. And you can try some of their Jersey black butter. It's good. This is Central Market, a beautiful Victorian market hall opened in 1882. With its many food stalls, it's a favourite stop for lunch. You'll also find stalls selling flowers, fresh fruit and veg, and of course the famous Jersey Royal potatoes. And you can also pop across the road and visit the fresh fish market. Thank you. And why not stop off and indulge yourself in some real Jersey dairy ice cream? Delicious. There is plenty to see here in St Helier, but I'm heading to the nearby parish of Trinity to visit Durrell Wildlife Park. Durrell Wildlife Centre is a sanctuary and breeding centre for endangered animals. It was established by well-known naturalist and author Gerard Durrell in 1959. Here, threatened species like these gorillas behind me can breed and recover their numbers so they can thrive again in the wild. This is a statue of Jambo, one of Durrell's most famous gorillas. Over 20 years ago, when a small boy actually fell into the gorilla enclosure, he protected him until help arrived. Just 4 miles from St Helier, you can get here by car, bicycle or take the bus. After Durrell, I'm off for a spot of lunch at the Hungry Man in picturesque Rosal Harbour. Crab is a speciality here on the island, so I'm going to give it a go. Well, I've had my lunch and I'm off to explore the inland countryside by bicycle. If you want to hire a bike, you can pick one up in St Helier or St Albin. Jersey offers 100 miles of cycle routes. It also has 47 miles of green lanes where priority goes to walkers, cyclists and horse riders, and the speed limit is 15 miles per hour. Lorette Cottage is a fine example of local 17th century architecture and is one of the National Trust of Jersey's most treasured possessions. Jersey is unique for many things, including this quirky little idea, an honesty box, where you can pick up your new Jersey Royal potatoes, just pop your money in and help yourself. This is La Hougue Bee, a Neolithic burial mound, a must on any visit. After all that cycling, I've worked up quite an appetite. Time to drop my bike off, freshen up and head out for the evening. And to chill out at the end of my first day, I've come to the Atlantic Hotel to relax with a glass of wine, dinner, whilst enjoying breathtaking views of the ocean. I'm going for Mark's tasting menu, which has 9 courses of the finest and freshest Jersey ingredients.
Well, basically the tasting menu is built up of 9 different courses. it's to showcase the best of Jersey produce. We start with oyster linguine, which are local oysters, and then we move on to a nice taste in the duck, and then we move on to the beef assiette, which I'm doing now. I started off with Keith Floyd, and his ethos on food was very much to use simple ingredients, not to overcomplicate them, and the star of the show is the actual ingredients. And the likes of Michelin and AA and all those actually appreciate what we are doing, and that's from doing Jersey produce simply.
Well, after that lovely dinner, I'm now back at my hotel. I've decided to treat myself and stay at Longville Manor in St Saviour's. This 14th century manor is widely regarded as one of Jersey's leading hotels, and when you look inside, it's easy to see why. Well, I've had a wonderful night's sleep in the luxury of Longville, and now I'm going to find out about Jersey's wartime history with a visit to the war tunnels. Dug deep in the hillside, these tunnels were originally intended to be a German barracks and ammunition store. When you arrive, you'll be given one of these, a replica of an actual ID card that people were forced to carry during the occupation. Then, once inside the tunnels, you can find the person whose ID card you've got. I've got Basil Lebrun, and you can find out what happened to him. The Channel Islands were the only part of the British Isles to be occupied by the Germans in World War II. Dug deep into the hillside, these tunnels were originally intended to be a German barracks and ammunition store. Today, they're a museum, examining daily life in the 5 dark years of the occupation when Jersey was forced to fly the swastika. The museum tells stories of heroism and hardship and of terrible hunger as the war dragged on and supplies ran out. Well, I found Basil, and it turns out he escaped off the island with 2 other men in this boat just behind me, and they actually managed to get to France. They kept in touch, and then in 1985 they were actually reunited. Jersey was liberated on the 9th of May 1945, and so every year on that day they get an extra bank holiday. The museum truly is a compelling experience, and one that you're unlikely to forget. For something completely different, I'm here to see a collection of unique orchids at the Eric Young Foundation, which is in Trinity. The foundation have created their own hybrids, which have won many awards both at home and internationally. Throughout the year, the display changes as different orchids come into flower, so whenever you visit, you will see something different. No trip to Jersey would be complete without sampling one of the island's specialities, local oysters. Jersey has the biggest oyster growing industry in Britain. Because of the unique conditions of its shallow, warm waters, the oysters grow at twice the speed as in nearby Normandy. Just a squeeze of lemon and it's down the hatch. Magnifique. Jersey has the 2nd highest tidal rise and fall in the world. The island at high tide is 45 square miles, then at low tide it goes to 64. The beach here at La Roque is a wetland of international importance and is protected under the Ramsar Convention. And just think, in 6 hours' time, all of these boats will be floating on top of 30 feet of water. And you can even pick up a few little treasures. It really feels like you're getting away from it all. Well, I'm feeling blissfully calm after paddling Jersey's waters. I'm off back to the hotel to pick up my bags, and then it's on to the airport for my flight home. Well, sadly, my time has come to an end on this little piece of heaven in the English Channel. There is so much to see and do here, and really, I feel like I've only just scratched the surface. So if you're looking for a weekend island break with a continental flavour, then look no further. See you on the next itinerary.